Okay, so in the first class that we had about Google Analytics, I did mention about the introduction of Google Analytics. Why is it important, and why every businesses, especially whoever has a website or any sort of social platforms, would need one. Is because every business owner, they want to have the insights of the analytics, right? There's no business owner in this world who wouldn't want the data about who's visiting the website, and who wouldn't be interested in knowing what potential customers would be, or who the potential customers are, right? So in that context, Google Analytics gives us a basic overview. Okay, now as we learn Google Analytics, we'll come to know how powerful it is and what all can be achieved. Okay, literally we can get a lot of data about the performance, the functionality, and the interoperability of that particular Google Analytics with other technologies. Okay, so in the last class we did mention that you need to have you need to have access to the HTML, or you need to be an admin. Somebody has to give you access to the website, and then once you have the access, you'll be able to install a lot of tools and run analytics on the website. Okay, so today we will understand how to create analytics account, and how to create goals, what are auto tagging. So basically we'll go through all these. Okay, now does anyone has any question? Has anyone gone through the document? Has anyone studied about Google Analytics? And any questions about why Google Analytics is so famous, and why not other type of analytics? Has anyone gone through it, or does anyone have any doubt or question about the basics? Okay, if no, then we'll proceed. So ideally, first of all, Google Analytics, to open the Google Analytics, we have to create a Google account. Now, you can use our existing Google account, okay, and it's preferred, much preferred to use a existing Google account. The reason being, you already are familiar with Google Tools, you are already familiar with Google Workspace, okay, and then you're already familiar with Google productivity tools. When I say productivity tools, I mean Google Sheets, Google Drive, okay, and Google Content Forms, Google Pages, Google Business Page, right? So all these things you guys are already aware of. So it's better to continue with the existing one. Now, is Google Analytics paid? No, it is absolutely free of cost, right? However, there are some certain limits. Like there are certain pro functionalities. If you are a multi-billion-dollar company, you would be able to go ahead and use Google Analytics to the optimum level based on what your marketing requirement is all about, right? Now, for that, Google obviously provides you with a custom package, provided you have to discuss your requirement with Google, right? Now, when you sign up to Google account, basically you'll reach the Google page, right? First, you'll see something like this, Google AdWord account, right? So you have to create an AdWord account, okay? Now, you have to go to this URL, that is adwords.google.com, and then click on Analytics tab, okay? And then you have to click on Continue and enter your website information. Now, what type of website information? Now, can I put any other website of any other person and start doing analytics on it? Can I do that? Is that possible? I on my Google account, I want to take out data about Facebook.com. So would I be able to add Facebook on my Google Analytics and start analyzing Facebook? Is it allowed?
Yes.
It, who's that?
Me.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else who agrees with him? Anybody else who would like to give it a try? The question is, I'll repeat the question again. So if you have Google account, And if you sign up with Google AdWords, and then you end up creating a Google Analytics account, and there you have to put in the website information. Would you be able to add facebook.com and start analyzing it?
Yeah, I think yes.
Okay. What about Akam and Lima?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. And Lima?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's get back to basic, guys. Because the first requirement, as I mentioned, okay, that you have to be the owner of the account, right? Owner of the website, or you have to have the company's access as a company's webmaster, right? You have to have access to website's HTML. Now, if I open a Google account, do I automatically have access to Facebook's HTML, or has Facebook given me the access to go to their website and start analyzing? Is it possible? Logically think, yes or no?
No.
Then,
No.
why everybody is saying yes? The first thing, have you guys understood the requirement, the basic requirement? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Everybody,
Yes,
yeah?
yes, sir.
Uh, Okay, so in the screen, if you see, is written first you need internet access, right? Second, you need your access to your website's HTML, correct? Whichever website you want to analyze, okay? If it's your own website, then obviously you should be the owner of it, right? Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
do I own Facebook? Does Facebook.com belong to me?
No.
No, right? No, right? So will I be able to analyze Facebook on Google Analytics? Hmm?
No. No. No, sir.
Understood? Not? Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So the first thing what we need is we have to make sure that we are, we are the owners, or we have the access. For example, when you work for a company, okay, your manager or your client or your boss, whoever, okay, will give you the username password of their website. Okay, they will make you the webmaster, right? You'll be a webmaster, which means you are the administrator of that particular website. Okay, with that credential only you will be able to add your website to Google Analytics and start analyzing. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it absolutely crystal clear? Any doubt? Okay, so if anybody says in the interview, if they ask you, so if you have if you want to analyze facebook.com, would you be able to analyze on Google Analytics, right? They'll ask you like that. So what would be your answer? Your answer will be, if facebook.com, okay, whoever owns the domain, if that company gives me the credentials and makes me the webmaster, then yes, I'll be able to add it to the Google account and I'll be able to perform the analysis, right? However, if I'm no way in connection with them, or if I'm under no capacity working for them, or working as a vendor or an employee, then it is not possible for me to analyze that, okay, as a webmaster. All right, that's the basic. Now going forward, so for first thing, what we need, Google account. Second, we need to create AdWords account. Okay, by default, you'll have an analytics. Okay, now on the analytics dashboard, what is the first information that they need? They need existing Google Analytics. Okay, they want to know whether do you have already an existing Google Analytics account. Okay, if yes, you can add it. If no, you can create a new one. Okay. Now it says choose your site from the drop down menu in the middle of the page. Okay, so you can choose a put your page, and then you can just click next, next, next. It'll automatically get connected. Now once the link account is set up, okay, so basically your profile has been set up on the cloud. Okay, so Google will now be able to interact with your website. Your website will be able to interact with Google Analytics. Understood? All that happens with something called tracking code. Okay, communication happens with a tracking code. Okay, so that tracking code is auto generated by Google Analytics, and that tracking code has to be embedded or has to be connected to the website, whichever website you want to connect to Google account. Okay, who creates the tracking code? Google account automatically generates a tracking code. Okay, and that code needs, it's a unique code, nobody else in the world has that code, right? You will get a unique one. All you have to do is you copy paste that code, embed it in your HTML of your website. Or when, if you're using a WordPress, in WordPress you'll have to install a plugin. Okay, once you install a plugin, you will be able to install Google Analytics plugin. Okay, and there they will ask you a tracking code. When you copy paste it, it'll sync, it'll try to sync, it'll take a couple of minutes, and once the sync is over, once the it's all connected on the cloud, it'll start you know, producing the analysis. Okay, fair enough, understood everyone? Any questions till now?
No.
Okay,
No, no, sir.
all right. So once we create, once we get the tracking ID, we'll create that. Okay, and then comes our profile. Okay, our profile means, for example, uh, whenever we add, now one person can have multiple websites, yes, or as a webmaster I can manage multiple websites, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So as a webmaster, when I'll be able to interact or I'll be able to manage so many websites, so obviously I would need multiple tracking codes, right? So that I can embed it. Okay. Now, those websites, whichever website I'm adding on Google Analytics account, that is called a property. Okay. Write down a property. Like just like when you buy a building, you know, in you take a piece of land and then you buy the building. What do you say? That's my property, right? So that property, something similar, same concept. When it's nothing but the name of your website that you're managing. Okay, that becomes your property. Okay, so we have to configure the property. So sometimes your client or your boss will say, could you please go ahead and check the property? And then in the property, I think the configuration is not correct, which means what they are saying is, could you please go to that particular website's profile or the configuration settings and see if everything is syncing properly, if what is the reason why, you know, the sync stopped. Is there a code that has been broken? Okay, there could be multiple reasons, right? So you will have to go and check that particular property. Okay, which basically means you will have to check that particular website. Okay, now we will skip all this, blah blah blah, all that is fine. Okay, you can also grant access to others. So when obviously when I'm creating a new property, when I'm adding a new website, then obviously I need to collaborate with other team members, right? So if I want to add them to my project, what I'll do is grant the access to them so that they can go also work. Okay, now um, adding a tracking code to your website. Now everybody knows what is the tracking code, right? I just explained. Any questions about tracking code? In the interview they'll ask you what do you understand by tracking code, and who generates a tracking code. Could anybody explain what is a tracking code and who generates it?
Tracking code is generating when we create Google Analytics account. Automatically, it create tracking code when opening a Google Analytics account.
Okay. Anybody else?
No, sir.
Akam?
Uh, it is a unique ID number or code assigned to a package.
Okay, but then how is it connect? Who generates it? How does it get generated? Okay, Vati? Okay, no problem. So basically, I'll repeat again. Okay, please everyone pay attention. All right. So the tracking code, for example, when you create a Google account, okay, you'll get a Google username password, and then you'll start using Google, right? Now, with that Google account, you will create. You'll go to adwords.google.com and create a AdWords account, right? Now, when you create an AdWord account, what you're basically telling Google is, I want to analyze. I'm a Google analyst. I want to start using Google Analytics. Okay. Nowadays, you can also directly go to analytics.google.com also, and you can sign up. No problem. Okay. Now, when you go to analytics.google.com and then sign up, what happens? It generates the profile. Okay, for you. It generates the dashboard. Okay. Now there you have to add a property. You remember? You have to add a property. Okay. Everybody remember not? Here we discussed. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So the moment you click here in the analytics, okay, this part, analytics, what does it say? It says, do you have an existing Google Analytics account? Okay. If yes, please give the user the URL, and then it will automatically pick up the details. But if you don't, then you have to click on link account. You see that? Link account. Link account means you are asking Google Analytics to please link the website onto your cloud. Okay, please connect it to your cloud. Okay, the Google will say, okay, fine, I'll connect it, no problem. So how will you know that Google has connected or link account has been linked? By identify, because the moment, okay, the link has been established, uh, Google Analytics will generate a new code, a unique code, okay, that is called a tracking code, and that code needs to be copied from the Google Analytics dashboard and then pasted onto your HTML. You can embed it in your HTML code of your own website, or if you're using WordPress, you can use any plugin. There are so many plugins, but you can use the official plugin, okay, and then put the tracking code in that, and automatically it will start getting connected. It will start syncing the data between the cloud and your website, okay, and analytics will start pulling and reporting, doing a report generation basically. Okay, understood everybody about the process of how to get the tracking code, who generates the tracking code, and why is it important when it is generated? Everybody clear? Yes or no? Guys, it's very important that we understand this, okay, because this is very basic. Okay, as we move on, it will become quite complicated. Okay, because it's going to be only technical now. Okay, so if you don't understand, if you get stuck, please let me know. This is the right opportunity, this is the right time for us to clarify ourselves. All right. So please, don't hesitate. Just go ahead and ask if you have not understood. Okay. So now, do you understand what is a tracking code? How does it generate? What is the purpose of it? Right? How to get it? Yeah. Everybody understood? Crystal clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So who can explain? So let's start one by one. What you can could you please explain how what is tracking code? How is it generated? And how do you know that tracking code has been, how to add the tracking code to your website?
Mm, we we first we create a Google AdWords account, and then to
Mhm,
analyze
mhm.
to analyze we need to get a tracking code from the Google Analytics, and then we embed with the HTML.
Mhm. But how do we get the tracking code?
Uh,
The moment we create an account, we get a tracking code. Is it?
no,
Then how do we get the tracking code? You're almost there. Okay. It's just that think logically. Okay. Now you have created a AdWords account. Okay. After
mm,
that, you want to, you want to analyze, right?
yeah,
The sole purpose of your analysis of your creating the analytics account is so that you can analyze the data, correct?
mm.
Now, what if you have instead of one website, you have 10 websites? How will you get tracking code for 10 websites? Anybody?
From Google Analytics.
Yeah, Google Analytics, correct. But how will you get it? Like how? What do you have to do to get the tracking code? Like if once you create an AdWords account, the tracking code is not generated, right? Automatically.
Yeah.
Correct. You have to do something for it to generate. What do you have to do? Anybody?
We need link account.
Correct. We need to link an account. So basically, when you go ahead and log in for the first time, it'll ask you whether you already have it. And if you don't, you have to link account, right? Now, when you
Yeah.
link account, after that, what happens?
Then setting up our profile.
Correct. Correct. But then what else? Lima, could you please answer? Come on, guys. Okay. Have you guys, not are you not clear about the tracking code yet till now? Not clear, right? It's okay. You can tell me. You know what? Could you please repeat? Do you guys want me to repeat it again? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah? Okay. So, okay. So please, because see, try and understand, analytics is quite complicated. Okay. It is not as easy as social media management or, WordPress development or AEM. It's not like that. It's completely a different ball game altogether. Okay. Here, one small mistake and you will not understand anything. Okay. So pay very too much of attention in it. Okay. Now I'm going to repeat again. All right. So please pay attention. Let's say for us to have an analytics account, what we need to do. Okay. First of all, we know what is analysis, right? We can analyze any website provided we have the credentials. We have the admin credentials. Like we are the webmasters of that particular website. Okay. Not necessarily that we are the owners. Okay. Because somebody can be the owner, he can give me the username password as an admin, and because I'm working for him, right? So I will be a webmaster, but I'll not yet be the owner. All right. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So what's the first requirement? I have to be the webmaster. Now, what is the second
Mm.
requirement? The second requirement is I myself have to log into analytics account and connect it or link it. Correct? First is I have to be the webmaster. Second, I have to make sure that once I'm the webmaster, I have to check right whether it's connected or not. Okay. Sometimes the link is broken. Okay. It might happen that it was syncing earlier. Okay. And then due to some XYZ reason, it stopped syncing and nobody has noticed it. Okay. It will not happen because people will notice it. Okay. But then just imagine hypothetically that some person was working on analytics and then he left the job and then now it's not syncing, something happened and the link broke. So when you become the webmaster, you'll be able to see that there was a link earlier, right? So you instead of creating a new property, you will just go ahead with the existing property and then resync it. Okay. Now there are two options again. First, when you create an account, okay, for the first time in AdWords account, and then you go log into analytics, okay, there you have the option to enter an existing one. So obviously, since you're creating for the first time, you will not have an existing one. Okay. So what you'll do, you'll click on link account. The moment you click on link account, what happens? It will ask you the URL of the website, which website you want to link. Okay. So you will put okay www.xyz.com. Okay. Now when you put xyz.com, it'll ask you, are you the owner of xyz.com? If yes, we have sent a verification. Okay, it'll automatically send a verification so that you have to log in there and you will get a OTP kind of a thing. Once it is verified, okay, then they will ask you to sign in. Okay, so what exactly are you doing? You're configuring the profile of what? Profile of your property. So that particular www.xyz is your property, right? Do you remember, guys, what I was saying that as an employee, sometimes you will have multiple properties, which means you're managing multiple websites, not only one, right? So for that, you have to make sure that tracking code is generated for all of them. Okay, and then you install one by one correct tracking code to the corresponding WordPress account or custom HTML if you're editing custom HTML. Yeah, am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
And for others,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay. How come that your yes wasn't very convincing? Yeah, what happened? Not confirmed, is it? Still confused?
No, sir. No.
Okay, so
So
you
one thing
understood,
I
right?
want,
Yeah, yeah.
the tracking code is generated from Google Analytics, no?
Mm-hmm. Correct. So whenever you link a profile, okay, or link a property. So basically, when you link a profile, what you're doing is you're creating a new property. Property means nothing but your own domain, your own not domain, but then your own property, which means your own website. Okay. Now you are creating a space. Okay, you are creating an what do you call a portion of cloud for your own website. Okay. Now for that area, you'll get a key. Okay, that key is the tracking code, and that tag tracking code you have to embed in your WordPress account. I mean WordPress, when you're doing, if you're using WordPress, or else if you're using AEM, then there's an option of to add tracking code there as well. Or if you're using custom HTML CSS file to develop your website, there as well you can install um, certain plugins which will interact with that tracking code. All right, so that way it will get verified saying that okay, this person claimed that this particular URL belongs to them. We have Google has sent a notification, and this guy has verified it. So now Google knows, yeah, this is correct. Okay, so he is the legitimate owner of that particular website. Okay, so that means what? That is one of the property. Okay, that he has verified the property. Okay, so at that time when the verification happens, at that time when the verification happens, you can immediately start analyzing data. You don't have to wait for anything else. Okay, but before that, with the tracking code, you have to make sure that you um, embed it to the right website, and then wait for 24 hours for it to sync. Okay, always remember, syncing happens at what time? Does everybody know, is aware of the word syncing? Anybody who doesn't know, you can ask me. Say, I don't know. I'll tell you, explain you.
I don't know.
Bec Okay, great. And anybody else?
Same here, sir.
Okay, great, great. Okay. What about others? Do you know what?
No.
Sorry?
Please explain it now.
Okay. What about Akam?
No.
Okay. So, guys, whatever word, whatever concept that you are not aware of, please stop me and ask. Okay. Because as I said, each and every word, each and every concept is very, very crucial. Okay, if we don't understand the word sync or syncing, okay, we will not be able to proceed ahead, right? So the word syncing means, okay, so in technical terms what happens is, okay, I'll give you a brief, okay, about how network works, okay, how Google works, how internet works, then you'll be able to have a fair idea. So the internet is called World Wide Web, correct? It is a collection of different computers, correct? Now, World Wide Web means your computer, your laptop, your mobile phone, your iPad, if it's connected to internet, is it connected to the World Wide Web? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
correct.
Yes.
So that, yeah, so that is clear, right? So the moment for you to access internet, okay, you need to be connected to the World Wide Web, correct? Now, when you get connected to World Wide Web, whatever server request. Now, how does this model work? This model works very similarly to the server request that, for example, I'll give you a very simple example. Okay. Now, if you switch on a switch on a bulb, okay, or a light, there is a on and off button, right? When you switch on, okay, the light comes on. When you press switch off, the light goes off, correct? So inside the switch there is a circuit, there is a mechanism which controls the flow of electricity. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, yeah. Similarly, World Wide Web also works like that. Okay, so the World Wide Web works with the control and the flow of information, not electricity, but this time information. Now, what is the meaning of that and why is it important? It is important because the entire world is connected to World Wide Web. Okay, now every second data is being transmitted from one place to another place, right? From your laptop to World Wide Web, to World Wide Web to your laptop, to your phone to World Wide Web, and vice versa, right? The data is being shared. Why? You're requesting some information, the Google finds that information, sends it to you. You go through that information, and then then you'll whatever it is. So there is an interaction that is called a session. Session. That's called a session. Okay. Every session with the World Wide Web has a session ID. Okay. What is a session ID? For example, whenever you interact with the server, okay, whenever you interact with the server, regardless of what you're doing, doesn't matter. The moment your phone is on and it's connected to internet, there is a session, and that session has session ID. If anything happens, okay, if something goes wrong, Google, okay, and your data provider, okay, it could be Airtel, Geo, whatever, they will be able to analyze what went wrong using the session ID. Okay. Now I'll tell you why we are understanding this is because we have to understand how the internet works and how the interaction on the internet happens, right? So the when your laptop, your mobile phone, okay, your desktop, when it's connected to internet, it sends data in the form of package, okay, or packets, okay. I don't know whether you guys can see or not. Let me show you live, okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Now, can you see this, the black screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So pay attention here. I'm gonna make it big. Okay. So I'm gonna change the color. Okay. Now, so when I say packets, okay, like you want to see your your computer is interacting with the World Wide Web. How will I know it's interacting? So there is something called ping, Ping. Okay, ping. Okay, so this is a command. I'll do ping, and I'll put www. I can put any website. Okay, I'll put google.com. Okay, ping, and then www.google.com. Okay, so this is the website that I want to ping. Ping means I want my laptop, my internet provider. I want my laptop to go and go to server, a Google server, and come back to me. Okay, and let me know if connection is there or not. So I will hit enter and see what happens. Okay, it says pinging www.google.com. Everybody can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yes, sir.
and this is the sorry, unable to see anybody. Okay, so here you say pinging www.google.com. Okay, now this is a unique idea of Google. You remember, I used to tell you that URL, okay, URL is a human readable form, right? Human readable form is in we humans are able to read ABCD alphabets, right? We can recognize alphabets. However, our brains do not work on binary. Okay, what is binary? 010101 is binary. Okay, the actual website address of Google is this. Okay, 2404 east to 6800 east to 4002 east to 809 east to 2004. If I tell you, hey, Lima, can you go to 2404 east to 6800 east, you'll be like, what are you talking about? Correct? Yes or no, Lima?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But if I tell you, hey, Lima, can you go to google.com? Within 1 second, you'll go to google.com, right? So this is the binary format. Okay. So this is, so what we are doing is we are pinging. google.com. Okay, this is a binary of Google. With what? We are pinging with 32 bytes of data. 32 bytes. So the every data is it has a binary value and it has a strength. Okay, so it has bits, bytes, megabytes, okay, and then gigabytes, terabytes, okay, hexabytes, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we say MB, right? 20 MB, 30 MB. Hey, the send me that file. I'm unable to send because it's 20 MB, right? What is MB? Megabytes. Okay. So how much is 1 megabyte? 1024 byte is equal to 1 MB, 1 megabyte. Similarly, 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. Okay. 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte. Okay. Excuse me. So So what we did from my computer, okay, from I have gone ahead and pinged google.com. So basically I've asked my computer network to go to Google's house, knock the house, check if Google is there, come back and tell me if it's there or not. Okay. That means what happens, the connection is proper. Okay. So they have taken 32 bytes of data and sent it to Google. So what happened? Say reply from whom? From Google. Correct? Can you guys see this? Who replied to our ping? Google server replied saying that, hello. Okay. How long it took for Google to respond? 103 ms. Ms means milliseconds. Okay. And then it again asked, hello. Okay. It again went and again asked. How long this time? 106 milliseconds. Again it checked with Google. How long now? 101 milliseconds. So on and so forth. It checked 4 times. Okay. It went to the Google server. It came back to my computer. Again it went. Again it came back. Again it went. 4 times it did, and it did all that in 102, 103, 106, 11, 107 megaseconds. So milliseconds. Okay. So these milliseconds are not even 1 second. Okay. Now, what is the ping statistics for this Google? It says packets. Do you see packets? How many packets sent? We sent 4 packets. Okay, we have sent 4 packets to Google server. Google took that packet. Google said, okay, fine. Google received 4 packet. Okay, we have sent 4 packets. Google has received 4 packets. How many was lost on the way? Nothing was lost. It's a 0% loss, which means whatever information data 32 bytes we sent, right? Okay, we divided the 32 bytes into 4 different packets, and then we sent it to Google server. Google has received it saying thank you so much, I received it. Okay, approximate round trip times in milliseconds. Okay, approximate round trip means, what is the meaning of round trip? Round trip means one server. Okay, I'm sitting right now in Nagaland. Okay, when I'm connected to internet, I will it's not, my server can be in Hyderabad. Google server is in Google server is in Mumbai, Hyderabad. It is in London. Okay, it can be in Frankfurt, it can be in New York. So it can go one round trip across the world and come back to me. How long? In 103 milliseconds. Okay, what is the maximum time it took? 111 milliseconds. Was the average 106. So this is called a ping test. Okay. Now ping test confirms that the data, oh sorry, that the connection is stable. Okay, from a server to this one. So this is how internet works. Okay, and this is what World Wide Web is all about. Okay. Now you you will say, okay, I've got a phone, I've got a SIM card, I've recharged for 1 GB, and I've got internet. Okay. But then in the background, there are so many other things which are happening. I mean, thousands and thousands of things which are happening in the background, right? But in the background, they are connecting to servers, you were trying to syncing. So this entire process, okay, from the ping test, there are many other tests, okay, by the way. So one of the first primary test is ping. This is called syncing of data. Okay. Now, when you connect to a server, okay. Now, so okay, by till now, did you guys understand how internet works? What is internet? What is World Wide Web? How it works? What is a test? How do we test to check if the internet is working properly? Yeah. Yes or no? Did any
Maybe.
questions?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What is the question? Huh? Does anyone have question?
No.
When you guys don't have,
Yeah.
if nobody has any questions, that means either you have understood everything or you have not understood anything. So what is it? Okay, so Lima, please explain what is World Wide Web and how packets send and what is a ping test and how does syncing work? Vati, come on, guys. Do you guys want me to explain it again? Hello, are you guys able to hear?
Yeah.
So are you guys able to hear or like what is that yeah about? Do you want to explain or what?
Sir, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So have you understood the topic or do you want me to explain it? Hmm? Lima, I'm talking to you. Do you want me to explain it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, good job. See, it's okay because this is the right time. Because see, once I want to make sure that you guys understand the basics. Okay, as I said, this is just a small, tiny drop in the ocean. Okay, there's the analytics is too much to cover. Okay, so please make sure that we understand thoroughly, get the basics right. Foundation has to be very strong. Then only we'll proceed, and then only we'll be able to understand better. Okay, fair enough. Now, could you please tell me anybody, okay, this is an open question for the entire forum, who can explain what is World Wide Web? Just the basic explanation of what is World Wide Web.
Uh, World Wide Web is a system of interconnected public web page. So,
Excellent, excellent, wonderful, good answer. That's exactly what it is. It's a system of interconnected, okay, public web pages. Okay, correct. Everybody agrees to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Now, world, globally it is interconnected to everyone, right? And it's publicly available, correct? That is why internet is there. Okay, now now what about for example, okay, if there are no servers or if there is only one server, okay, in the entire world, Will internet be very fast or very slow? Hmm?
Slow,
Why?
because it will be too much loaded.
Correct. Good job. So now just imagine that if there is only one server in the entire world, okay, and every computer and every electronic device is connected to that, that will never work. It will crash all the time, right? So that's why what they have done is they have created multiple nodes. We call it nodes, nodes, okay? So nodes means a chain or a group of computers or servers together. They work, they are they they maintain that network, okay. Now what is the meaning of a network? Okay, network means something which is together, correct. When a network of computers come together, that's called a world wide web, okay. That's called a internet, that is called the internet system, that is called networking, okay, in in technical terminology, okay. Fair enough. Yes or no? Just because
Yes, sir.
J- yeah, yeah. Just because one system or one server would not be able to take the entire load, that is the reason why they have created multiple servers. That's why the multiple servers are every moment they're talking to each other, correct? Now, why are they talking to each other? Why are they syncing the data? Okay, it's because, for example, if I ask in Google, what is the color of the sky, correct? Somewhere in that entire network, answer is there. Answer is there means it has indexed a page where somebody has written the color of the sky is blue, right? Correct. It might happen that somebody else has also written that color of sky is black, and both are correct, because color of the sky is blue only when you see in the daytime. When you see at the night time, it becomes black, correct. If you look at the stars, it will become black, right? You're still looking at the sun, I mean, sorry, the sky, correct. So both the answers are correct, but who will validate it? Which answer is more appropriate? Somebody has to validate, right? Think of it. If one person stands and keeps on validating all the requests which comes on on Google, just let alone other search engines, only in Google. So Google has recently touched 1 billion search per second. Okay, 1 billion search. Okay, so that much of data they're processing. So you can imagine how many questions are being asked. Now you can imagine if two people start talking to you at once, okay, you will get confused. You don't know whom to reply. It happens or not, right? Yeah. But then the Google servers are getting 1 billion questions, okay, at a time, and they are answering all of them. Why? Because the database that they have created, the answers that they have created, it is scattered across the world. Okay, if somebody is searching for blue, what is the color of sky, some other person is searching for the price of the latest iPhone. Somebody is searching for something else, somebody is searching for something else, somebody is searching for something else, right? So the network of data, okay, the network of data has to be spread across the world, and it has to be accurate, and it has to be same. It cannot happen that if you sit in India and then go to google.com and type uh, what is mango, okay, it will never happen that you same question if you ask in Japan, it will give you a different answer. The please show me the photograph of mango, okay, it will not happen that it will show apple just because you are in Japan. Just because you go to the Canada, it will not show you something else, right? It will still show you the accurate image of a mango, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Why is it doing that, and how is it doing that? Okay, you must understand there's a huge mathematical calculation which is running behind that. Okay, the permutation combination, the NLP, the basically the computer science stuff which is running behind it. So computer researchers and the scientists who have to build um, Google's algorithm, they have worked on it. Okay, this is a mathematical calculation. Now, the reason why your answers, no matter which part of the world you are, the answer is same is because all the servers are now also syncing the data together. You understand? Any new information any server gets, it automatically sends that information to all the other server, all the other nodes. Why? Because obviously to increase the user experience, that's number one. Secondly, to have the relevancy of content. Okay, because just imagine, India's prime minister is Narendra Modi. Who is India's prime minister? Okay, just imagine if one of the server was not updated, okay, in one remote area, okay, and it was not syncing, something went down and it stopped syncing, what will happen? The world has changed. Okay, the latest information, Narendra Modi has become the prime minister, and then in that server whoever is connected and searching who is the prime minister, it is showing Rajiv Gandhi, right? It is showing outdated information. Is it correct? Would that be accurate for the user? Would that be um, better for the user or terrible for the user? Tell me.
Terrible for the
Terrible,
user.
right?
Yep.
Correct. So now do you understand what is syncing? Right?
Yes.
Any information, yeah. So your network, okay, your node base, okay, we call it node base, okay, your network, your node base, the basically there's something called TCP IP protocol. Okay, I'll not get into all that. Okay, that's too much to begin with. But if anybody is interested, let me know. I'm more than happy to share the knowledge. There's something called TCP IP protocol. Okay, there are different protocols that work. Okay, it's an internet protocol. Okay, so basically I'll show you. So these are the if you can see my screen, okay, these are IP configuration. So IP is internet protocol. I stand for internet, P stands for protocol. Okay, so these are Ethernet state. Ethernet means there is a like internet. Internet is connected to a media state device which is Ethernet. Okay, Ethernet cable is there. Ethernet jack is there. Okay, is it connected right now? No, it is not connected because obviously server has stopped. Okay, what is the connection specific DNS? What is DNS? Anybody? What is DNS?
Domain name system.
Domain name system. Okay, domain name server. Okay, so you can say domain name system also, domain name server also. Okay, both are correct. So DNS, domain name server suffix. Suffix means in front. Okay, so any connection specific for this particular DNS, nothing. It's in disconnected. Okay, Ethernet adapter, VirtualBox host. So I have on this computer, I have VirtualBox. Okay, so that's another software I'll show you later on. Okay, if you guys are interested. So that is also not connected. No, that is connected. See, this connection is suffix is nothing. Link local IP IPv6. IPv6 is Internet Protocol version 6. There's IPv4, V3, V2, V1. The latest is V6. So Internet Protocol version 6 address is this is the address where it's connected to. IPv4 version 4 address is this. Okay. Subnet mask is this. Default gateway is none. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So this is VirtualBox container. Okay. There's another wireless LAN. What is wireless LAN? Any wireless devices if I've connected on this computer, it will show. Okay. So as of now, it's disconnected. Okay. Any wireless to no Wi-Fi. I think yeah, I've connected to Wi-Fi. See, wireless LAN adapter. Which adapter? Wi-Fi adapter. Am I connected to Wi-Fi? Yes. Through which address? IPv6 address, and this is the address that I'm connected to. Okay. What is a temporary IP? This is a temporary. link this one, blah 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 blah, default gateway and all that. What is all this? What is the meaning of all this? It is beyond the the beyond this beyond the course curriculum. But if anybody is interested, I'll be more than happy to discuss. Okay, don't worry. It says Bluetooth. Is Bluetooth connected? No, Bluetooth is not connected. So this is called in IP protocol. Okay, what is internet protocol? So internet protocol tells that how is your media behaving, or how is your media, okay, connected with the world, with the outer world, right? So what is World Wide Web? Network of web pages, okay, which are interconnected and which are publicly available. That's number one. World Wide Web also refers to different nodes, servers and nodes across the world, enabling a series of network with accurate synced data, okay, so that retrieval or fetching of information is faster. Correct. Third, what is how does how does World Wide Web works? The World Wide Web only works because companies have now set up different servers across the world, okay, and these servers have been connected to various computers in different ways. Okay, now if you think that now which computer connected, now if Google has created a server, okay, now you're saying that everything is connected to the entire world, but you'll say that my laptop is not connected. Okay, my laptop is not connected. Is your laptop connected, everyone, to World Wide Web?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
about, yeah, what about your phone? Is your phone connected to World Wide Web?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
now is your phone or is your laptop interacting with or the World Wide Web interacting with your phone? Is there a communication? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is your smartwatch connected to internet?
Yes.
If you have a
Yes.
smartwatch, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So what type of why is it connected to internet and why is it interacting? If it does not interact, is it connected to the World Wide Web?
No.
No, right? Of course, it doesn't make sense. It's not connected, right? Now, the moment you connect, turn on your computer or turn on your phone, okay, it is connected through telecommunication networks, which is through not data, but then through the satellite link, right? Now, cellular network, we call it. Okay. Now, the moment you connect internet, what happens is gets connected to the internet, the World Wide Web. The combination of that is it can also get connected to satellite GPS. Okay, the combination of all three is being utilized at the background. Okay, why? So that the information is every second, every millisecond, okay, every millisecond is synced across the world, across the world. Now who takes, now you will say, Arey, how is it possible, how come my phone is synced with all the across the world? How come my laptop? What about this? What about that? As I said, the data is connected in the form of packets, right? Do you remember packets? Huh? The data is pinged in the form of packets, 32 bytes. Okay, 32 bytes of packets are sent to your phone right now as we speak. Okay, some servers in some countries might be sending packets to the network that you are connected to. Whoever is connected to that network will get that response, and then in return they will your devices also respond. Okay, they are living in their own world. Okay, your all your electronic devices are living in their own world. It is just that your phone is connected to the
I can't hear you.
I can't hear your voice, sir.
Vati, are you able to hear me? Others, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you now.
Sir, I can't hear you.
Just give me 1 second. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, great, great. So ideally, so the data is constantly every millisecond. Okay, there are some packets which are sent from your devices or to your devices. Okay, either it can be through internet, it can be through cellular, it can be through GPS, it can be through satellite, it can be to anything. Okay, but that is exactly the crux of World Wide Web. Okay, now there is a this entire process of syncing data. Okay, this entire process of syncing data, you know why people do that, why it has been designed like that. Okay, it has been designed to maintain the accuracy of the data. Okay, to maintain the correct the freshness, the content, the authoritativeness of the content. Okay, if somebody says what is 1 plus 1, okay, it should be 2 across the world at any given point of time. It should never be 3, right? So that accuracy has to be maintained. Okay, for that they have to sync the data, sync the answers. Okay, so that whoever searches for that question gets the same answer, right? Now, is syncing clear? What is syncing? Everyone. uh Vati?
Is to maintain accuracy of data.
Yeah, so are you clear with what is syncing? What is World Wide Web?
Yeah,
What is sync? SYNC? Sync.
yeah,
You understand that word now?
yeah.
Okay. Others, could you please confirm yes or no? Guys, as I said, you know, if you don't understand, no problem. Okay. This is the time for you to, let me know, right? Because I will assume, I will think that you have understood, and I will move on to more complex, chapters. At that time, you'll be completely lost. Okay. Then it will become difficult for me to go back to the basics. Do you get my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So now please tell me, have you understood how World Wide Web works? What is internet? How packaging works? Okay. What is ping? How syncing works? What do you mean by sync? Why is sync important? Have you understood all that? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Little, little.
Okay. Any area where see, I want any area which area of concerns that you have, like, okay, I didn't understand this part, could you please explain? I didn't understand, like that. I need specifics. What, have you understood everything end to end, Lima?
Sir, can you give me the definition of sync?
I'm sorry, your voice isn't audible.
Sir, can you give me the definition of sync?
mm, I think I'm facing in some internet issues. Okay, let me just stop this and let's see how it works. Guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.